Hello, darlings. It's Brandi here for brcnails. Today I am doing a set using the polishes that Emily sent me, and I'm also doing some encapsulation practice. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll know every time I upload. Now, I wanted to start this from the beginning, one, to show how great the Emily base coat looks, and how easy it is to spread on, because I don't know if you know, but when you paint on press-ons, you need to buff the surface so that the polish will adhere, unless you're trying to do like a crystal clear one, because then you can't buff it, or at least I don't buff it. But you buff it, you wipe it off with rubbing alcohol, and then you put the base coat and whatever colors and everything else on top. I was trying to show you the thickness of the polish, but it wasn't really working. I didn't have the right angle, and I didn't want to spill everything everywhere. So if you don't do that, the buffing and shaping, you can peel the actual polish off, like peel off when it's not. So you need to get that buffed surface so it'll adhere. So for everyone that has a YouTube channel, our little group was taught something that's very important by Nailed by Nikki P. Hi, Nikki. She informed us about a spam folder where you can get comments put in this folder by YouTube. So it looks like you're not getting comments from people, or you get the notice but then you don't see the comment on the page. And it blew my mind. I didn't even know it existed. I have a lot of activity on my account, so I mean, I'm not surprised that a lot of my comments ended up in spam folders for people. I'm sorry, but my channel and my IG have grown so much so quickly that it tends to get a little crazy. But that's what makes our little group and our nail community so great, that sharing of knowledge. And I know it sounds corny, but positivity, support, sharing knowledge, those things are so key, and it will help everyone to grow and expand, and it's great. So hopefully you will subscribe, check out some of the other people that I am going to list down below, because we have a ton of contests going on. I'm not going to list everybody's name now because, there's quite a few, but it will be in the drop-down box. So please go check them out. Subscribe, enter their contests, do it all, because, I help you, you help someone, that person helps someone, and everybody wins. So thank you again to all my new subscribers and followers and everyone that has been helping me, and all of it. I love it. I'm so happy with it. I'm going to put the music on, and I will pop back in when I have something to say. With the Emily polish, I did 2 coats, but with the H&M polish, I had to do 4, because I wanted it to be more pinkish, but I didn't want it. I wanted it to be translucent, but not. Yeah, so I needed to put more. And it actually is a glow-in-the-dark polish, because my neon polishes, the regular ones, haven't come from AliExpress. So I'm using those, which is fine. I mean, you know, I didn't really figure it into the design, but I love the color, so it worked out well. So now I'm going to go in with the Emily No Wipe Top Coat, which if I haven't said it enough, I love it. Love, 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 love. So I'm going in with that because I'm going to put stones on it, on some of them, and then I'm also going to do the encapsulation. So I just want it to be, you know, all ready and ready to work with. Okay, so on the pink tips, I'm going to put some of the Model 1's Galaxy Laser powder on the tips, and, you know, it'll look like an ombre because, you know, the powder kind of goes where it goes. But I didn't want it in a straight line anyway. I wanted it, you know, to just fade out a little bit. And remember, less is more with the powder. If you put too much, it will ruin the effect. And the top coat, when I put it on, I only cured it for 20 seconds instead of the 60 seconds to make sure that I would have a surface that it would adhere well to. And if any spots are missing, you can go over it again after you put the top coat on and do the same thing. But again, you have to be careful with the amount of powder that you're putting on because you want it to really get those rainbow popping. Okay, with the top coat, because it's a powder, I always take the top coat and put it on, you know, my little plate thing, and I use a separate brush that I use specifically to put stuff on top of glitter or foils or powders, because no matter what, it's gonna get on the brush, and if you forget to wipe it, your whole top coat is ruined. I've ruined bottle after bottle of top coats because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, or even if you don't clean it quite enough. and then it gets in there and you don't think it's in there, and then like 2 sets later all of a sudden there's glitter all over the place and you don't know where it came from. So that's why I do it like this. Okay, now for 2 of the nails, I am going in with my nail drill glue, which has to be cured in the light. I got it off of eBay. I don't have the link for it because I got it, you know, like 9 months ago. So anyways, if you just put in nail drill glue, you'll be able to find it. And what I like about this one is, you know, it has the precision brush, which I actually ended up cutting more to make it even finer. But in the tip of it, in the handle, the top part, there's like a little needle in there. I mean, it's not really a needle, I don't think, but you know, it looks like a needle, and it does like super precision gluing. So, you know, if you have like the tiny S3s or like little chips, or I haven't used it with caviar beads or any of that yet to see how much, to know how well it works, but this works great for me. And I love my katana. It was expensive, but it was definitely worth it. So, oh, watch me bling it out. I am cleaning up around the edges because I don't want to have that glue dry into like a little clump or bump on there, because, you know, once it's on there, you can't get it off after you put it into the light. So what I'm doing here is I am adding the extra top coat that I put on the tray for the pink nails to be top coated. I'm putting that on the gunmetal nail so that the little flakies will adhere to the nail. And then of course I'm going to put it in the light after, before I start using the polygel. That pink little flaky stuff was actually a bow from Dollar Tree. You know, it's matte and it's plastic. It's not so solvent resistant, so like, I don't know how it would work with acrylic, with the monomer and all that. I don't know if it would run or not, but I know definitely acetone will take the color off. Rubbing alcohol, I haven't checked or used on it yet, but you know, you got to be careful with it. It's not like stuff that you specifically buy, like it's not cosmetic grade. But I actually took the bow apart and sat there and chopped it up by hand and just kept chopping it and chopping it, because I tried to put it in our paper shredder and it just slipped right through, because it, you know, it was a long thin strip. So yeah, it took a little while, and each time that I go to use them, because I have a few colors of it, each time I go to use it, I try to chop it up a little more, because the big pieces, you know, stick up or whatever. And if you try to do it with just regular gel polish, or even with regular polish, you need it to lie flat. So, you know, good and bad, but I love the colors, so that's what really made me, like, what drew me to it. Now I'm just using the brush that I painted the top coat on with, and it's wet, so it picks up the little flakies really well. But you have to be careful that you're not transferring the top coat gel into the other flakes that are in there, because, you know, then they get all gooped up and stuck together, and it's kind of a waste. And, you know, we don't waste over here. We use everything, because, you know, money is tight, and that's what we do. So, anyways, this is some hexagon holographic glitter. At first, I was going to try to put it on there piece by piece, but taking so much time. It was painstakingly frustrating. So I dumped some on there, and then I kind of just filled in the holes, you know, individually. And once all this is done, it goes in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then we'll get to the actual encapsulation. Now for the encapsulation. I'm using this Mowbray, polygel that I bought. I actually bought it just to put like sharp back stones to hold it on better, because the regular drill glue just doesn't do it. And I am using my fancy little polygel brush, and the little spatula on the other side has that oil spill look on it, and I love it. It's so cute. I'm not using any slip solution here. I am using 50% alcohol, because Nailed by Nikki P, again, thank you, girl, she said that if you use the 91%, it can tend to get cloudy, or give that milky whatever that goes on with it when you use the higher percentage of alcohol. And I am just spreading it out, patting it very, very thinly. I wanted it to be, you know, as thin as I could make it, but still be thick and even. So, you know, you take a little, you put it on. If you need less, you can take it off, because it doesn't harden until you put it in the lamp, and that's what makes it so great. Acrylic is a trial for me. A trial. You know, when I first started, I really was going to plan on doing acrylic stuff, and it just, not only did the smell put off my family, but you know, it's very hard. I ended up with lumpy nails, and you know, I'm scared of the e-file, and you know, I'm gonna do it eventually. I'm gonna get over it, and it's gonna work out, and it's gonna be good. But polygel and hard gel were definitely a better way for me to go as a beginner. So again, I'm just checking down the sides, making sure that nothing is falling over, and trying to make it as flat as possible, especially if you're going to encapsulate something on a clear nail. It doesn't matter if you buff it really, because once you put the top coat on, whether it's matte, it'll turn, you know, that icy looking color, or if it's clear, it'll still be clear through. But with press-ons, you need to make sure that there's the bend there, because when someone goes to put on a nail, they have to push down to make it fit on their nail. And if you can't push down on it, or if it cracks because there's too much product on the top of it, then it's a waste and it's a ruined set. So it can be used, obviously, and it, you know, it looks great, but you do have to be careful about the thickness of it. Here I'm going to tap on it to make sure it's dry all over. Sorry there is no sound, but I have the fan going and the air conditioner going in there, so I can't talk while I'm recording. Now, this is my first time filing on camera, so it was a little interesting situation because, of course, the nail came off the stand, and also I've gotten used to using one of those dust collectors. Now, it's obviously not like a desk one. You know, it's like one of the cushion ones that obviously has a fan in it that sucks it in, and it has like a bag that connects to it on the bottom. So what I do is I just place it over my garbage and turn it on and file that way. So it was a little awkward for me to try to file it under the camera, but it worked out okay. I think they came out really good. So if you have any critiques about my style, please let me know, because, you know, I'm new and I don't know. And I've only worked on tips, really. I haven't worked on real hands, so I know it's going to be kind of like a culture shock thing once I actually try to do my own, or like my sister's nails. So we'll see. Now I'm wiping it off with rubbing alcohol, making sure I'm getting all that dust off of there. And now I'm going to finish up with the Mahvalous top coat. That beautiful smooth top coat. And each time that I'm using this side brush, I am cleaning it off with rubbing alcohol or acetone if whatever is on there is particularly sticking in there, like hollow glitter polish, stuff like that. Sometimes it just gets in there and it takes a little bit to clean, but it's worth it because wasting top coat after top coat is just frustrating. So that's about it. This is everything that I used and the beautiful set. I will have the links down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a marvelous day. And thanks again.